This home, it seems like it's being considered a loss.
There are so many homes that are in danger. How many more horses do you have?
We have a couple we just let loose over there. We're trying to get as many as we can out.
There's 12. Yeah, no, they're pretty wired up. When the wind's blowing and the embers are, they don't really know what to do.
Everyone else get back away.
I always have a bag packed. Sunset's already backed up, and people are fighting, and the only access, ingress, and egress is Temescal Canyon and Sunset Boulevard.
We just watched the last one on that terrace burn to the ground.
Good evening. Welcome to our continuing coverage of the Fox 11 news of this massive firefight all across Southern California. I'm Alex Michelson.
And I'm Marla Tejas here for Christine Devine tonight. The fast-moving Pacific Palisades fire, it has burned about 3,000 acres. We can tell you that it's burned more than that. That 2921 acreage number, that has been on the books for a few hours now. We're waiting for new numbers from CAL FIRE. Thousands of people have evacuated. The fire is fueled by strong Santa Ana winds.
By mid-afternoon, it had grown rapidly, threatening over 13,000 structures, including more than 10,000 homes. Containment is at 0%. Mandatory evacuations cover much of the area, with nearby Malibu now issuing warnings as well.
Firefighters began using those air tankers and helicopters to battle the flames, but both are grounded tonight because of the wind. Evacuation routes, they were jammed, some residents abandoning cars. I know we have some images of that. Palisades Charter High School has been hit hard. Its fields, its grounds have been destroyed.
Fire started this morning near Piedra Morada and Monte Hermosa drives. Officials warn worsening winds overnight could spread the fire further. Smoke advisories are in effect. Residents are urged to stay indoors. We still don't know what caused the fire.
Mandatory evacuation zone has expanded to the east and to the north. The map from LA City Fire shows the scope of evacuation orders that remain in effect for areas north to Mulholland Road, east to Kenter Road, and south to Pacific Coast Highway. Pacific Coast Highway is closed from Santa Monica's McClure Tunnel to Topanga Canyon, with LAPD managing traffic. Residents are urged to turn off power before leaving, and those near the evacuation zone should prepare a go bag and stay informed through LAFD alerts and local newscasts, of course.
The Westwood Recreation Center is open as an evacuation and overnight shelter accommodating small animals. That is located at 1350 South Sepulveda Boulevard. Large animals can be taken to the LA Equestrian Center, which is in Burbank.
We do have live team coverage. Meteorologist Adam Kruger, he's watching those winds and those speeds. Fox 11's Gina Silva, she's on the Eaton fire in Altadena. Ed Lascos has reaction from devastated homeowners in Pacific Palisades, and you are staying inside that live truck now out of your own concern for your own safety.
Yeah, very much so, because of the winds blowing like crazy, and also the lit embers blowing right across a storm of embers. We are in the heart of the Palisades. Mikey will give you a look. Sunset here at the corner of Swarthmore. To the right, that is the back area of the village. That's the Rick Caruso development. The development itself not burning, but homes on the backside are burning. Several apartment buildings, condo buildings, been over there for decades, maybe since the 1960s, 70s, with the tree-lined street going up in flames. Nothing you could do. All the embers blowing with these strong winds, blowing to the south, if you will, the southwest, blowing toward PCH across Sunset. Mikey will give you a look right across. If you're familiar with this area, you've got Starbucks, the main section here at Swarthmore and Sunset, right in the heart of, very heart of the Palisades itself. There's a trash bin that is actually on fire in a little park right in front of us, and then beyond that, in the background, is a high-end clothing store, and the store right next to it, two businesses burning right down to the ground. Behind those two businesses, if you're familiar with Swarthmore, there are about 2 or 3 other very popular restaurants in this area, a yogurt shop and some nice other Italian restaurants. Those, we were just down there, burnt right down to the ground. CVS, the pharmacy on the other side, still standing, and on the far side of the street, Gilson's, that is still up, not damaged. But the park here is burning. There's a large tree down in the park, because that's also another problem besides the fire situation here. You've got trees, huge limbs that are falling down, huge trees that have come down in this area. Nothing not to mention all the power lines. But the best part of that is a lot of the power, I would say all the power here is really shut down. But again, Fire Command telling us be very careful of any lines you might come across, because you never know if they are activated or not. But look at that big fireball roaring through there, and it's interesting. See, there's a guy with a SUV. It's amazing to me. A lot of folks have been coming around here, stopping, coming out with their cell phones, taking pictures. You would think this would be the last place in the world you'd want to be putting yourself in this kind of danger. We had about 6 fire engines right here at this corner, maybe about 15 minutes ago. They have now moved down Sunset, have moved east down Sunset toward, well, I guess toward Chautauqua in that area. There was reports that some homes in that area might also be taking on some flames. But you could see in this area, in the heart of the Palisades, it is very much out of control. Back over here to the right, on the north side of Sunset, more of that fire, that wall of flames that is roaring down. On the other side, there is a 76 gas station. You're familiar with that, the Shell station. And those are a street with just several apartment buildings, homes as well up on the backside of the Caruso development. They are burning. The development itself, which has been a showcase of the village here the last couple of years, is still okay. Still no damage on that, although a lot of the fire alarms are going. But look at the intensity of those flames and the wind that is just whipping those flames, blowing it. And the biggest problem here are those embers blowing around, spot fire after spot fire, and there's no way that the firefighters can keep up with that, as the situation here in the heart of the Palisades is very, very dire.
Ed Lascos reporting live in the heart of it in the Palisades. Thank you very, very much for that.
And it'll be interesting. You know, it's interesting what they're choosing to focus on and what they're choosing not to in terms of where deploying their resources. Meanwhile, there's the Hurst fire in Sylmar, which is now at least 100 acres. You're looking at pictures right now from the Citizen app. You see how close it is getting to the potential freeway there as well. There are mandatory evacuations underway there as we speak.
Yeah, so that has been named officially the Hurst fire. We were calling it the Sylmar fire. Now it's officially the Hurst fire. We have the Eaton fire. That's burning in Altadena. We want to get to that scene. That's Regina Silva. She's been watching several homes burn there, sadly, Gina, and it looks like more are completely engulfed.
Yeah, completely engulfed. We are watching all of these homes on Delray Avenue and Woodland Road in Pasadena go up in flames. They are a complete loss. We had Pasadena police officers driving down the street, you know, telling all of the people in the community, those who are left, and there are some people who are still here, to evacuate, to leave immediately. It's an order, but there's a gentleman down the street who refuses to leave. He just does not want to leave his house. But you can see this entire neighborhood has been just wiped out, devastated, and the fire just keeps moving on down. Now, earlier, the owner of this house right here, which is on fire, and it's a complete loss, he came by and he just broke down and started saying no, 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 and was crying. It was just a really sad situation for him, really sad to see him so heartbroken that his home of however many years is now gone. And unfortunately, this is what so many people will be coming home to, because this neighborhood, there are multiple homes that are just gone. Earlier, we spoke with a fire official. This is what he had to say. And on this street, we're seeing how many homes? My goodness.
Several, and we're losing more. And so we have limited resources. We're trying to get all the resources we can into this area, but we're doing the best we can.
Have you ever dealt with these type of winds?
It hasn't been like this since I've been here, since the Woolsey fire. That's the last time I saw winds like this.
I know that some folks, you know, never want to leave their homes because, you know, it's their home. It's where they live. They love their place.
Yes.
Your advice?
I would advise them to leave the area, evacuate the area, and let us, you know, do our jobs. We don't want to have to contend with the fire and contend with, you know, having to deal with people who won't leave. We understand the fact that this is their homes and that they are, you know, they're really trying to protect everything that they have. But it's dangerous for them.
Yeah, and it's moving so fast. Very dangerous indeed. And one of the things he also said was that when I asked him, what would you like to say to the homeowners who've lost their properties? He said, you know, we're doing our very best, and that's what we have been watching. These firefighters work so hard. So many different agencies here. There's Pasadena Fire, LA County Fire, Cal Fire as well. And again, this neighborhood right here, we are on Delray Avenue and Woodland Road in Pasadena. And a lot of these homes, they're just... It's just devastating, Marla, Alex. There's no other way for me to describe it because they're going up in flames. There's a lot of structure protection.